nerds?
Hey gang, today I want to take some time to show you a really good method for using rattle can primers like ours or the ColorForge primers to get a really good look at spraying a model that'll give you a nice consistent coat. We're even going to look a little bit into zenithal priming and show you the proper method to use to do that to get as little spotting as possible and come up with a really good layer of highlight on your model to go. So the first thing you really want to make sure you're doing when using any rattle can is to create a system where you're doing short bursts of paint across the model. You want to make sure you're always keeping the can 8 to 10 inches away max. Any closer and you'll start pooling paint, any further away and you'll see a lot more spotting of the paint as it starts to cure mid-air before it hits the model. You will start with the can aimed away from the model or off model and press the button to get the spray going, and then move the can across the surface of the model in a linear fashion so that you're never pointing the spray can at the model when you press the button. You always want to aim away from the model, start the spray, move the spray across the surface, and then let go of the spray once you've crossed, then press the spray again and move back. This saves a lot of material from just pressing the button and a constant fire hose of paint that you're swirling around. It gets a nice even consistency as you go left to right, right to left, and each time you do, you press the button, move across the model, release the button, press the button, move across the model, and release the button. Once you've determined you want to use a zenithal highlight on your model, you'll take your high contrast color, in this case white, again stay about 8 to 10 inches away from the model, do the same pass over the model and back, pressing the button away from the model, then going across, then releasing, then pressing and going across. But now you want to choose an angle to do this at and only spray from that angle. I like to use 10 or 2, 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock. In this case, we're doing 2 o'clock, which is off the model's left shoulder, and we tilt the model so that we're using the can as the light source. Think of the can as being your sunlight, and then spray across that angle only. Once you've got a good pass, you feel like you've got a nice consistent light and brightness from that 2 o'clock in this case, then rotate the model around to the opposite angle and then do the same thing but with many fewer passes. You really just want to use 1 or 2 quick passes here to get a nice dusting of highlight that turns it from a solid black shadow on this side to a kind of a light gray. It doesn't want to be as intense this direction, but it still gives you some detail and pulls some things out so that when you put your paint coats over the top, it's not just going to sit over pure black. What you wind up with in the end is a really nice pre-highlighted model that gives you a lot of brightness on the top surfaces, a nice coating of a dusted gray in between, and then your solid black shadows. This sets you up for greatness whenever you choose to paint. You're going to find that the dot pattern that the spray creates is so small that it doesn't implement any textures or overwhelming visual on the model, and it's just going to feel brilliant every time.